Yes, top of the evening, top of the evening. You know, vibes. Rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the sauce. Got a lot to unpack. The press conference was today. Um, a lot going on and on and on and on and on. Check it out to the break of dawn, man. Y'all hear my wild dog out there. I'm about to let her in. No, I'm about to let her in. Give me a second. But a lot to unpack, you know. And I want to go on record as to stating, I was a little optimistic leading up to the press conference, but this press conference, I think, did you do? The press conference, give me a second. The press conference set the stage, man. Yes, I'm back. I think this press conference, right, is what this fight week needed. Prior to the press conference, I was a little optimistic, but I think this press conference sparked it, right? Not only did it spark it, but a lot of the stuff that transpired afterwards, the press conference, and I want to say shout out to all of the frontline guys that's out there. A lot of your content is a lot the same, but nonetheless, you are out there and you are giving us, the bloggers, because that's what we're doing right now, myself and many others that are just online gossiping or talking about the content that the frontliners are providing us with. So once again, I want to salute them. You know, I don't miss it, the media scrums, because like I said, a lot of your content is all the same. And unfortunately for you guys, you don't learn the game yet. Some of y'all are getting paid, but a lot of you guys did the work for these big time corporations today, and you're really not going to receive any ends. Hopefully y'all caught that source. But once again, salute to y'all though, man, because you guys did a wonderful job today. Like I said, there's so much to unpack. I want to first off shout out Team Spence and his peoples. You know, thank you for being you, because it's playing out for the world to see now how you guys move, how you guys act. Shout out to Derek James for being who he is and showing that. And, you know, thank you. Thank you. Loving it, right? And for the rest of y'all that's going to come on here and listen to my source and run with it but not acknowledge me, it's all right. You don't have to. Because unlike a lot of you guys that are attempting to do this or trying to do this, I have elevated, right? I do this now at my leisure, right? So with that being said, let's start to unpack the press conference. Fabulous. I just think that Earl Spence still got a way to go. It's you see it all in his face. But I want to start off and say this for you guys that talk that he's too small. How did they look today? How did they look today, right? Did Earl look as big as him or bigger than him? Because I know leading up to, tomorrow, everything was EJ is so big. And shout out to Killer K. Killer K said that to me tonight too. But tomorrow they're going to be the same size, supposedly. They got to be, right? Then they fight the next night. And I know a lot of you guys thinking EJ is just going to blow up. Is that going to be good, though? Right? Well, hey, I'm not even going to get into that. I have no need to. I'm just going to do my casual blog tonight. But how did they both look today? Was Earl swallowing him? Was he that much bigger than Terrence today, this afternoon in Vegas? I want to say tonight because it's night here on the East Coast, but over there is like mid-evening, 6-ish. But how did he look today? Was Bud just so much smaller than him? No, he wasn't. And to be honest, I think they both had on the black Air Force Ones. Bud kind of looked. They didn't have. See, in LA, Earl had on the platforms. He had on the Ike Turners. So he looked so much taller and bigger than Bud. But today, they look damn near the same height. But you know what's not the same? Their fist size. Their fist size aren't the same. Again, very excited because Saturday is around the corner. But the press conference today, a lot to unpack. Let's start off with the coaches. I always knew that my guy, Mr. McIntyre, Bro Mac, was going to come out his bag. And he did today. Bo Mac, if you recall one of my classic interviews, I remember interviewing Bo Mac 4 years ago. On the record for you guys, free of charge. And Bo Mac told me in that interview then, they were scared to come off the porch. So when I heard Bo Mac today at that press conference say, there's nowhere to hide, I knew what he was talking about. See, one thing about Team Crawford, they are very confident heading into Saturday night. They have been planning and breaking down Spence for quite some time now. So when you heard Bo Mac utter out those words, there's nowhere to hide. It was the accumulation of the years planning for this because they always wanted this fight. They always wanted Earl Spence. And Saturday, July 29th, they get that opportunity. And I think, staying on the coaches, I just think that Bo Mac triggered the weak guy. That's what I call him. He's weak, man. Derrick James is weak. Anytime you have to refer to trying to throw insults to another man, pretty much is, I'm going to say this, man. Now this is going to go somewhere. It's going to sound like psychiatry or, things of that nature. Whenever you got to throw an insult at another man, a lot of times you are trying to hide your own insecurities. And I think those insecurities came out today for the conscious thinkers, for the ones that just aren't on here gossiping and blogging, that actually dissect and pay attention to things. Derrick James' insecurities came out. Yes, he is the coach of the year. Yes, he has a big stable of fighters. But he said something today that should have raised the red flag for people that actually listen to boxing and pay attention. Not even about the Big Mac or anything, right? He was trying to match energy. If you follow Team Crawford, that is the stable of Bo Mac's wartime. They know it's time. They're marching. Like Team Tucker, like we said, yo, we marching. They say wartime. Derrick James tried to counter. It's time to eat. Well, you guys are both going to eat. You're getting guaranteed purses. It's time to eat. But that's not really what stuck out to me. What stuck out to me, and I want you to pay attention to this source, because like I said, a lot of these guys are going to try to come on and remix it, downplay it, and program y'all. Derrick James not only is nervous, he knows he's incompetent. And you're going to say, how dare you say a coach of the year? You don't do nothing in boxing. You take pictures. No, he's incompetent, and he told us that in so many words. Leading up to this fight, and today was the cherry on the Sunday, the man said, oh, it's 3 of y'all against me. 3 of y'all basically against me. Because Bomac wanted to highlight, shout out to Red Spikes and the Buzz other coach. I always get his name wrong. But he highlighted his staff. You heard what he said? My staff. His team. Where Derrick has a team, his brother Maurice. Huh?
There's lightning outside.
Okay, yeah, so come in. He wants to hide. She's next door. Go get her. So he wanted to highlight his team. And in doing so, the insecurities of the trainer of the year kicked in. Because he knows he's about to get out coached, man. He knows he's up against it, man. I seen other videos where he was talking about the media workout. The source content is spreading, but he was referencing that they don't show everything in the media workouts. Yeah, cover up. You better show it Saturday night, though, brother. You better show it Saturday night. But I just think he knows he's in for a tall task. And shout out to Bomac for also highlighting Bernie the boxer as well. His whole team, man. It's a team effort over there in Omaha, the north side. And Saturday night we are going to see that on display as these guys put it on the line for us. Now let's get to the fighters. Let's get to the fighters. Both Spence and Crawford. Especially more so Terrence Crawford. He was dialed in. He was dialed in to the point where when they did the initial stare down, I noticed Spence was trying to match energy, but I knew he was going to break away first. Because anytime you try to match somebody's intensity and that wasn't your mind state, you're not going to stay on frequency. Terrence was dialed in. Tomorrow's really the day for that, but Terrence was dialed in today. He had the look of the Walking Dead. See, a lot of you guys are casuals, like you wanted to refer to me. You know what the Walking Dead look is? He's ready to touch the scale. Had they had the weigh-in today, right now, at that press conference, Terrence would have been there. I don't know about Earl, but tomorrow is the official day. Tomorrow is the official day. But Terrence's whole mind state was what his coach said, war mode. And it came out throughout the presser. He tried to keep it professional. And like I said, salute to Team Spence for being who they are. Ghetto, ratchet. It is what it is, right? You're at an 8-figure press, pay-per-view presser. Leave the ghetto shit in the ghetto. Leave the ratchet shit for the VH1. But no, they had to be ratchet. And sideline. And I want to say this respectfully. Remember the first meeting many years ago When Earl tried to tell Terrence, yo, tell your man stop talking from the sideline. Should have told that to your peoples as well. But they was talking from the sideline. First time, Terrence took the high road. Because see, Terrence knows what's on the line. The big money. They don't want to mess nothing up. Like he said, it could go left quick. It can. And shout out to, I think, XO Factory. And I said this in his chat the other day. I said, yeah, it's going to go left. A lot of people are going to get beat up. It's going to be a lot of violence. And today was, the start of that. Temperatures rising. Shout out to Mobb Deep. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Excellent song. The temperatures are rising. But Terrence, being a professional, tried to stay on cold the first time and sweep it underneath the rug. But, they kept picking and picking and picking. And he finally erupted. But I like what he said. He told his troops, we stay active. Get active. Get active. I loved it that. Because one thing I noticed about Team Spence and his entourage and his peoples, they was doing a lot of barking. It's cool to bark. But are you going to bite? Are you going to bite? And see, when you took it there with Terrence, and Terrence was calling your peoples out in the crowd, you wanted 5 minutes of fame. You see where EJ was at, where EJ said you're getting emotional. The same way you got emotional yesterday when the fans called you goldfish. And I got to go back to you now. Tell your people stop talking from the sideline. Why is your people talking from the sideline? But that's neither here nor there. It might be even worse tomorrow when you guys officially touch those scales. That's why I can't wait. But now let's get to Spence. Mr. Put him in the dirt. And shout out to WCS. Gotta, give certain people their props. That be on that frequency, on that time. WCS was definitely on that time. Earl Spence, Mr. Put him in the dirt. I think the only person you have put in the dirt maybe is Chris Algieri and Leonard Badu. One of those guys was 42 years old. I think they found him in an Italian retirement home. Chris Algieri, former kickboxer, but he was a world champion. But put him in the dirt. Then put Ugas in the dirt. Then put Danny Garcia in the dirt. You did not put Lamont Peterson in the dirt. But you're going to put Terrence Crawford in the dirt. Now, a lot of these guys that I named prior to Terrence Crawford all had L's. Defeats. You are going to put a man in the dirt. And shout out to Bud for saying this. Gotta give you your props as well, Terrence. You are going to put a man in the dirt that has not lost a fight professionally, has not looked bad in a fight professionally, has pretty much dominated everybody that he's been in the ring with professionally. But yet you, who have, like I said, Bondu, maybe Chris Algieri in recent time, even Cal Brook, you did not put him in the dirt. He bended the knee, but you did not put him in the dirt. Putting somebody in the dirt is something that like Wilder does, Tank Davis. These guys is, the flatliner guys. I don't know any fighters that you've done that to. Real talk. Smash my like button. It's a couple of y'all in here. But you said you're going to put him in the dirt. And I love Terrence's mentality. Show me. Man, yo, T, I got to hit you up, man. Well, I'll send the kite. I know you listening. I'm going to send the kite through, man. But I love that, man. You running with the sauce, but you my peoples, man. Show me, right? That's the sauce. Show me your work. Show me. You got to show me Saturday night. So I think EJ, man, you in for a tough fight, brother. I can't wait. Shout out to my guy, me SK Beats, man. He is not no one-hitter quitter, brother. Let me blow that up on the screen, man, because I got this playing on the screen. TV is muted, but I love to admire my work. You know, you sometimes you have to be your own fan, right? Your own number one supporter. But yes, no one-hitter quitter. That is correct. But let's stick to, put him in the dirt. He's gonna have to show Buzz Saturday night. Tomorrow, I'm just eager for tomorrow now. Like, pretty much over here. And I think I want to say this before I switch off to other activities that were going on as well. The weigh-in tomorrow is at 3 p.m. Vegas time. That's late. I think they did that for a reason, because they knew that Earl Spence, pretty much is trying to make that weight. Make that weight. So I think that is the reason why the weigh-in is so late. But that's good, because I don't want to see no mishap, especially after this fire press conference between the coaches and the fighter. I just want them to get to the scales, and everybody make weight so this fight be official. Because you hate to see one fighter not make weight. But I think they do get that, an hour or 2 hours to make it if they miss. But you don't want to see that, man, because then it leaves the question mark. Shout out to WCS in the building. Powerful live reaction live on it. That's why I'm not going to really go too in depth. I'm just going to get to some of my key points, because the thing that really sparked me was the activities that took place after the presser. Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin. Frank Martin has the man down promotion disease. We're going to get to that. We're definitely going to get to that. Shout out to Ron the Dawn in the building. He says, the source spake Showtime shot of energy at the final press. All the energy isn't good energy, but today was just enough to spike the interest of the fans. Oh, yeah, it was powerful. I definitely think it's going to help generate these sales from the fans that are not thieves. The ones that are thieves, they're going to steal, do what they do, but the others, they are definitely going to buy this. This presser was fire. Very good. Was great shot news. The source is Showtime shot. Appreciate you, my guy Ron. But let's get to Keyshawn Davis. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis, was on deck with his publicist, and appreciate that sharing is caring. So Keyshawn Davis was doing him, man. And shout out to Keyshawn. If Keyshawn is special, and I say special in a good way, he's shout out to him. He's a Long Island kid as well, but moved to VA, the DMV. But Keyshawn was moving around, right? And Frank Martin happened to be in the building. He is man down promotions. And, when you, and I'm not saying Frank is a gimmick, but Frank seen Keyshawn mid-interview with Fight Hub, and I guess he thought he was going to run down on Keyshawn, and Keyshawn would have been nervous. But like I said, he doesn't understand. Keyshawn is special. And special people aren't, he told Keyshawn he was like that. Keyshawn said he's like that. But the key thing that he said in that, and Frank knew once he said that, he bumped his head and he had to walk off. When he told Keyshawn Davis, all I got to do is talk to my promoter. And I laughed at that. I said, man, he is new edition. He's boys to men, because goddamn it, if Earl Spence hasn't programmed that man, he told Keyshawn Davis to talk to his promoter. If that didn't sound like call Al, well, so shout out to Earl Spence for programming his fighter to do the things that he has done, and many other PBC fighters have done. Well played, Earl. But I want to say this: when you said that statement, Mr. Martin, and I'm going to call you Mr. Martin, I'm going to be nice about this. You played yourself because you said to ask your promoter. Your promoter is on record leading up to this fight to not wanting you to fight Keyshawn Davis, but wanting you to fight Shakur Stevenson. So when you ask your promoter, is he going to approve, brother? Is he going to approve? Now, I know a whole bunch of people going to make videos and try to turn it up for you. But over here, brother, we don't turn it up. We turn it on and get to it. This is why we are the Source Experience. So by you making that statement, it leads me to your boss, your promoter. It's your boss. He doesn't want you to fight Keyshawn. But Keyshawn said he would fuck you up. Part of my language. Those are his words. And he didn't flinch. Keyshawn was in his bag. Keyshawn told you to your face, you don't have no experience. Keyshawn also told you to your face, ask your coach about me. I trained with Earl. I took pictures with your promoter. They was never speaking about you. Frank, we need answers. We need answers, Frank. I want to see the fight. I was on Twitter and I said, yo, y'all got to line this up now. Especially after Frank talked all that. Talk to my promoter talk. Because one thing about Keyshawn is a top-ranked fighter. You know, Top Rank is a machine. Not saying that Man Down Promotions is not a machine, but I'm just saying, Frank Martin, you should have been on this card. This is a Man Down Promotion card, right? But you're not on this undercard. You're still in Vegas. You fought, what, 2 weeks ago? You're still sticking around. Maybe you should have been on this card instead of your own card at the Cosmopolitan. But hey, what do I know? That's a whole nother video, a whole nother live. But I loved it that, you know, when you seen him, you attempted to run down on him, thinking you was going to shake him up. You know, a lot was going on at that presser. That's why I said it's a lot to unpack. We're going to continue to keep unpacking it. And once again, I want to highlight and salute all the content creators that were out there, the front line guys, because you give us, the bloggers, something to talk about, you know, and salute to them, because without them, see, I don't move like a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these guys will watch guys that's out there on the front line and don't give them their flowers. Talk about the shit that they doing or they producing and putting out, but don't give them their flowers. That's why you see, and you know, I'm highlighting the guys that's out there putting the content out. They give us this to talk about. A lot of it is the same, but it's still content. A lot to unpack. I want to say shout out to Jamal Charlo. Yes, Maul was out there, and I want to say salute to his father, Big Charlo. That's the real Big Charlo, the big lion. The father was by his son's side. And shout out to Danny. I seen Danny from the Boxing Voice. The question that you asked, very good, because it kind of got him on a better frequency. The rest of you guys, I'm not going to throw your names out there, but you know who you are. You guys know this guy is going through a lot. And some of the questions that you was asking him was kind of triggering him. But I know how you guys maneuver and move. Anything for views and clicks. But like I stated to one of my comrades, I just think that Maul doesn't need to be out there right now. I know he wants to be out there. Mentally, you're not stable, brother. And I'm saying this from a place of concern, You know, a lot of times they love to talk about me that I'm disrespectful to fighters. I could have came on here and been disrespectful and petty right now, right? After watching his encounter with the media. But no need to be. Because a lot of the stuff that I have spoken on is playing out this whole week. A lot of the stuff that I stood on is playing out this whole week. A lot of people's masks are coming off and it's playing out this whole week. So I don't need to come on here and keep beating on my chest saying, oh, I told you so. No. The real know the real. The rest know the rest, you know? It's playing out in front of our faces this fight week. This press conference especially. Shout out to my uncle in the building. You know the vibes. Yes, sir. One of the top trainers, strength and conditioning gurus, vegan nutritionist. Maybe if that boy would have got with my uncle and got some recipes, he would have been on weight. He wouldn't have been groggy and upset. But shout out to Uncle Platt in the building. You know, Uncle Platt has the work. When I say show me your work, real ones that do the work have the receipts, whether it is Division I talented running backs or fighters. And, you know, when you have the work, you have the work. Some of you guys don't have the work. But shout out to my uncle in the building. But yes, back to Charlo. You know, you are in my prayers, brother. Because I watched that interview that you did, and I seen you was ready to go off, but I seen your father with you. And I was like, as a father, you know, because I am a father as well, I had to commend your dad by being by your side. I liked it that. You know, I liked it that. And I liked how he stood next to you. You know, that kind of eased you a little bit. Because you was on the ledge. You was on the ledge, man. And for those of y'all that watched what I'm talking about, you know. But shout out to Danny. Great question to reel him back in. But the other guy was like trying to push him. Like, bro, he doesn't have the Canelo fight. Leave it alone. It's a done deal, you know. Maybe he'll get it on the next go around. But it's a done deal. A lot to unpack tonight, you know. We're unpacking. We are definitely unpacking. Adrian Broner was on deck. Shout out to AB. You know, sticking with the topic. I don't think AB should be in the building, but he's there. You know, because they are in the devil's playground. A lot of activities that go down in Vegas and I say this coming from a place of concern, respectfully, guys that have certain demons and you know, sicknesses, because it is a sickness. Certain places you shouldn't be, because it's easy to trigger those sicknesses. But hopefully, the brother AB be good and is straight. But he was definitely out there, you know, supporting the team and his fellow former PBC guys, but they still are all PBC guys. But I want to highlight something AB said. AB called out a particular content creator, you know, for making felonious caper moves. Him and the BLK Prime guys. I found that rather funny. You know, see, these guys be janky promoters, janky matchmakers, janky talent scouts. And AB kind of let that cat out the bag, if you know what I'm speaking on. And you probably do. But like I said, a lot of you guys, when it comes to certain content creators, you guys just turn the cheek. You don't like to really speak on certain things. But AB definitely did put it out there with the BLK Prime situation. You know, and I guess that's why guys are back to giving us the content. if you know what I mean. But yes, it was so much to unpack. So much to unpack. Tomorrow is the day. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I think I unpacked enough because I do want to. I'm finessing my source now. I do rather instead of doing a long live, right? I rather the other stuff that I want to unpack. I'll just put out videos on. But like I said, this press conference fire. And salute to both teams, especially Team Spence for being who you are. Salute to DJ, aka D Diddy, for being who you are and showing that to the world. And salute to all of you guys that's going to come on and try to clean it up and make it seem like Derek isn't a good person. He's not an asshole. He is. It is what it is, right? He's an asshole. But clean it up for him. Make it that he's not an asshole. Make it that he's not insecure. Make it that he's not somebody that's supposed to be this ill guy, but yet, you're insecure. I don't know if that comes from. And shout out to WCS for highlighting this. I don't know if that comes from your mediocre professional boxing career, because you was blatantly yelling that out. Did you fight? Did you fight? You fought, but what did you do? And shout out to Combat for actually breaking your career down there. And I can't think of the brother's name that also broke. You probably have a record. Well, there's others out there, but you are definitely in that bracket as the fighter that has been knocked out in 3 different decades. Do you know what that means? That means 30 years. Three different decades. Man, that is some funny shit, man. But listen, I'm not trying to be petty tonight. I don't want to go there. But I appreciate you for being who you are, man, today, man, especially. And shout out to Bo Mac Bo Mac. See, I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit right now. But Bo Mac, man, salute to you, man, for turning up, man, and telling them, yo, man, shut the fuck up, man. What's up, man? Shout out to my man Bo Mac, man. Bo Mac told you to shut the fuck up, man. That's how real niggas handle bitch niggas, man. You was out there on your bitch shit. Oh, you fat. You ain't missed the meal. So what? The man eats good. What are you mad about? You see, he told you to shut the fuck up, right? And what did you do? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. The bitch came out of you. The bitch came out of you. Think I'm a punk. Nah, they know you a punk, man. You carry it like a punk, man. You don't carry it like, you're supposed to be the world-class furniture class, whatever. Sorry. I've been listening to WCS too much. The world-class boxing gym. So carry it like that. World-class. Have a little class, See, you made Bo Mac show that side, man. Had to tell you to shut the fuck up, man. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You're over here talking nonsense, man. But I'm definitely going to do a video on that. And like I said, man, we're going to close on that. But I got to highlight my guy, Bo Mac, man. The inner, rest in peace to Dick Gregory came out, man. Bo Mac told him this, man.
You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Yes, that's what Bo Mac told him, man. Because that's all he was doing. He was just talking, man. He was just talking, man. And enough is enough, man. There's no place to hide, man. The jig is up. Salute to everybody that came through. Mean, SK Beats, WCS, Modern King Boxing, my Uncle Platt, salute to y'all, man. It was a whole bunch of others in here. A lot of you guys, like I said, you guys sneak in now, man, but it's all right. It's all right, man. As long as you're hitting that like button, right? That's all I like. I like my likes, man. Like I said, the numbers been showing y'all been sneaking in. Not only that, the content. Because like I said, a lot of y'all doing spinoffs. Y'all on y'all spinoffs, but y'all not shouting out the source. You're not shouting out the source, right? You're doing your spinoffs. You know, because I seen it today. A lot of y'all did videos talking about Mike Tyson getting G checked. No, Iron Mike was doing the checking. You know, Iron Mike was doing the checking. But you know where you got that from. And shout out to WCS for having me on this panel last night. And, you know, I came in and fired that out, man. I fired that out. And then I just noticed that a lot of content creators wanted to switch it around. No, he did not check Mike. Mike was doing the checking, man. You know, appreciate that, MK. He said that it is, yes. Mike Tyson G checked him. He did. That was, you know, that was the Brooklyn Savage in him. Like I said, if Earl would have got stupid with Mike Tyson is retarded, man. He's fried. He's and I say that respectfully. Mike Tyson would have said, "I'll make you my girlfriend." If you know Mike, you know Mike, man. See, I know Mike. My uncles, my family know Mike. Mike is retarded like that. Mike used to come to the projects and exotic whips, and go hang out with my family and leave the whip and say, "Yo, I'll be back for it." Exotic whips, bro. Real talk. Bentleys, state-of-the-art big dog shit. Leave it in the projects and say, "I'll be back for it." That was Mike, man. Mike is retarded like that. If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know, man. Yes, they are crazy. Yes, they are crazy, man. You know, they are. They're emotional. You know, I'm telling you, man, Saturday, a lot of them going to get beat up, man. This press conference was you know, it was the spark, man. Because a lot of them, listen, man, fight night, these guys are gonna be liquored up. They're gonna get beat up, man. Real talk, man. And that, I can't wait to put out content on that, man. I can't wait for the videos and the stuff because you know it's gonna be some fights in that arena, man. It's gonna be some fights in that arena. And I can't wait to do the content on that, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But listen, man, once again, salute to all y'all stopping through, man. Appreciate y'all. Tomorrow's, 3 o'clock, man. 3 o'clock Western time. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to know if it's official. And WCS, man, you got to stop your BS, man. WCS said he don't want my man to run into a wall or anything. Nah, Mr. Magoo should be all right, man. Lock him in the room. Have the tub nice and hot with the Epsom salt in it. Just let him soak, man. Let the brother soak, man. Nah, man. Let the brother soak, man. Yo, salute to my uncle, man. I appreciate that. The Cash App donation. That's going right. You know where that's going on. That is going to that mirrorless lens. So listen, if I was on deck, I would have never did the media scrum. I'm gonna tell you, man, I would have took some fire frames, man. Because one thing about the source, I do one-on-one interviews now, man. I'm Brian Custer. Media scrums, and I say this respectfully, they are beneath me. Word. They are beneath me, man. I'm real. I'm just like, listen, and I want to shout out my man from Pittsburgh as well, too, General Chris Starworth, man. When you know your worth and you know your value, you carry yourself differently. If I was on deck out there covering this event, and it's like I told my man earlier in the text, I said they couldn't pay me enough because all money's not good money. I wouldn't have covered this event. Even though I love Team Crawford, I don't really rock with Team Spence like that. That's why I wouldn't cover this event. All money's not good money. But if I was out there, I would have been taking pictures. I wouldn't have been trying to interview no fighters in a media scrum. A media scrum to me, respectfully, is beneath me. Have y'all been seeing some of the content that I have been getting when I do cover fights with Team Tucker? I talk to people one-on-one. I do other things now. I'm not, like I said, respectfully, to each his own. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But if you notice, a lot of the content that is out is all the same content, just remixed with a different title or thumbnail. That's what it's called on YouTube, thumbnail. But hopefully y'all caught and enjoyed the sauce. We are going to close. Listen, man. Yo, Unc, man, I appreciate that, man. So with Unc blessing me, let me bless Unc, man. Like I said, if you are in the greater DFW area, man, reach out to my uncle. He is a nutritionist. He is a strength and conditioning guru, a juicer, vegan specialist, and he's solid. You know, I don't like saying the word solid. He's official. Just ask my man Tevin Farm.
Hey, shout out to Jackal, man. Jackal Cookies. They've been rocking for a long time, man.
Yes, baby.
They've been rocking for a long time.
Real media, baby.
We are going to close on that. Well, you know how we close. We close in style, man. Coach Reem, take us home.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.